Spooky. Hey Bookie Arts, I want to tell you about a book I just read. I read The September House. I did not know what I was getting myself into when I started reading this book, but I enjoyed it. Usually I stay away from like kind of horror, spooky, scary type of books and stories. So I got tricked. It's perfectly fine because you know we're heading into October and you know what happens in October. The freaks come out at night. The freaks come out at night. Yeah, let's get into it. Basically our main character, this woman who's, you know, in her 50s, maybe pushing 60, and her husband several years back were finally able to afford a house, and it's her dream house. It's this beautiful sprawling, you know, home. The way they described it is very big. It's just everything she dreamed of. But quickly she learns that the house is haunted. There's no getting around it. It's haunted. She's kind of having this back and forth with her husband, and he's like playing like he doesn't see it, but she's like, clearly, no, this is what it is. So at one point, is this clear? They can't deny it no more. They have a priest come out and try to do a ritual, you know, try to do an exorcism, and it's kind of not working. So the woman, she's like, you just got to play by the rules. You know, none of these people ain't really trying to hurt us. There's a couple who kind of hurt us, but they ain't trying to kill us. So she's like, let's play by the rules. But her husband is like, no, we can't do that. So her husband disappears. Basically, her daughter is calling up like, hey, I haven't heard from dad. They've been kind of slightly estranged from each other, but they're not totally like just not on talking terms. So basically the daughter's kind of really headstrong. She was actually kind of annoying, but she's just basically like, hey, we need to find dad. And this starts this search for the dad. The mother's trying to hide the fact that the house is haunted from her daughter, but her daughter is like, are you crazy? And it starts this thing of like, it starts to put doubt in your head as you're reading the story and listening to it. Like, is she an unreliable character? So you kind of have that factor playing with you as well as you're reading this book. Like, I don't know if I could trust her. Is she crazy? What's going on? Why is she so hell-bent on staying in this house? And clearly there are some nefarious beings in this home. Like, some of them are cool. Some of them are very helpful, but the others aren't. So it just was, I felt a little conflicted by that. Overall, I enjoyed it. I definitely would recommend it. This is like a 3.5 star type of story. If I had to give a brief summary, this book is giving like The Haunting that came out in the late 90s mixed with American Horror Story season 1, like I forgot the name of the house, like Scare House or whatever. The book is described as being a little bit funny. I personally didn't see that, but overall, I definitely would recommend, and I think it's a good story to go into October. So as always, let's take it one day and one book at a time. Bye, Boogie Hearts.